Hello, and welcome back to the next installment of Rob Abroad. This is like my fifth time trying to start this video because I had bought a Durham, which is this bad boy. Yeah, I know I talked about it last video. It's about twice the size 5 minutes ago. And a beer. This was about €4 altogether for these two things. So, I mean, this is how cheap food is in Germany. And I wanted to show it to you guys. And then I realized how hungry I was. And that the video consisted of 4 minutes of me eating. And then 4 minutes of me drinking. So, let's start again. So, since I've last made a video, I have been to Berlin, Potsdam, and Prague. Sorry, I had a burp. It has been amazing. Germany is so freaking cool. I guess we'll start with Berlin because it was the first place we went to. So, it was last Friday we left. And I stayed at a hostel, my first youth hostel. It was really cool. The experience was really sweet. Upon entering, the very first thing I saw, I'm going to see, probably going to put the video in. So this. And then following that, like, it was just like a wild night was about to ensue. We went out with the coordinators of the TEFL program, and we had dinner at this like luxurious Indian restaurant, and then I went out and did some like self-exploring, which I will keep to myself because I misbehaved. But really, all in all, it's a great night. The next day, though, was really cool. We all got up really early. We did a walk-around tour through Berlin, and I learned a lot of stuff. Like, I never knew that the city, like, it got bombed so damn bad that, like, the foundation's sand everywhere, so all the buildings are built relatively small in, like, height. Even though, I mean, I know it's Western architecture more that we always go for, like, skyscrapers and stuff, but even still, like, these were small, like, very small buildings. We saw, it was like I don't think it was a concentration camp, but it was a memorial at a site where there was some type of registration or something during World War II for the Jews, and it was a very solemn place. It was not one of my favorite experiences. I mean, it wasn't a bad experience, but like it's one of the. It was strange. You know, it's bad vibes. I guess I can't put it any better way than that. But I mean, it was beautifully done, and it was well upkept, and like people respect it, and it's shut off at certain times because they don't want it to be a site of like worship for neo-Nazis, I guess. But that was really interesting to find out about. I got a couple pieces of the wall. I'm not sure I'm supposed to have those, but I have a couple pieces of the wall. I get to touch the wall. I get to take some pictures of the wall. The only big piece of the wall now is like enclosed in this big dome. They won't let you see it unless you pay money, and I didn't want to do that. So I went to Checkpoint Charlie, which was I don't want to be like a whole history lesson here, but like Berlin was separated, and like America had a portion, Russia had a portion, blah 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 blah. But I went to the American portion, and like I got to take a picture like of like the soldier where the soldiers were, like the original like little station still there. I got myself a flask because I'm an alcoholic, and it made me happy. And that was my day-long trip to Berlin. A lot of beautiful architecture. I think the highlight of my day was everybody went up into this giant cathedral, and instead of doing that, I laid in the grass with a couple of girls, and we drank beer. So, second night, we went, and we had Italian, and I got, like, so drunk that I actually just had to leave. I was like, I can't do this, guys. I gotta walk home. So, I went and passed out fairly early for me, like at 9 o'clock, but we woken up at, like, 8, and I'd done, like, an all-day drinking tour for myself. That's how I've been enjoying this, by the way. Like, one, I have come to find that I no longer see beer as alcohol. I see beer as just what I have with every freaking meal. But I do tend to drink, like, from the minute I wake up on the weekends to the minute I go to bed, because I don't do it on the week outside of, like, a beer with lunch, if I even have lunch. So, the next day we got to go to Potsdam, which it was a train ride. The train rides are really interesting, by the way. The train systems here are really cool, like, really on time. My ID got me to Berlin, but then when we got to Berlin, we had to buy tickets because our student cards don't cover the whole country; it just covers like our immediate area. But that was really cool. So we go to Potsdam, and Potsdam was really kind of a wasted day. We got there, and it was just downpouring. So we took like a guided tour bus. And the tour bus, like, yeah, I didn't really enjoy it. I mean, it was beautiful castles, but we didn't get to go into the castles, which seemed like a freaking waste of time to me. So, TEFL program, think things out a little bit better. because I didn't enjoy myself, and I just got really drunk on the bus. However, I did get lost and left behind in Potsdam because as everybody went and got food and got on the train like they were supposed to, my drunk ass went and got more beer and went to the casino. And I had to find my own way home. I did it. I'm here. Like, obviously, it's been over a week now, but I did it. I didn't get lost in Germany forever. I actually was only like an hour or two late behind everyone else, but it was cool to have my own solo adventure in Berlin, in Potsdam, because I had to go back. So that was last week. I guess we'll talk a little bit about TEFL right now. This week with TEFL has been crazy. I've never had 12-hour days where I like wake up at 8 a.m. and I am just on the run, getting like either teaching or observing or in class or like in transit between them for 12 hours at a time. I'm talking like 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sometimes like 8 a.m. to like 12 like at night. It's like when I'm getting home. Like I look forward to like sleep more than ever in my life. I never knew it was such like a valued commodity until you don't have it. So, yeah, this week like I got to observe. We had a little girl in one of the classes who came in with a Nirvana shirt, and my friend and me were really stoked. We were like, oh yeah, and then she starts talking about One Direction. German kids, what are you gonna do? But no, I mean, really, I like the experience. I like the structure of the school systems. I won't actually be at the school. I'm still attending next week, so I'll let you know about my school, because I'm only like a visitor this week at this school. But like the upper advanced class, like the kids, I've never seen like structure like in the States like this. They draw on the board and play, and the second that class is about to start, they wash that board off. They all stand up in line at their desk. They greet the professor. They sit down. They were all very calm and kind and courteous to us. And they asked us all kinds of interesting questions. They wanted to know if I had a dog, if I liked football, and of course they answered about American football, and they were all confused. And it was a lot of fun. And then we had to observe like 8th graders and 6th graders. It was all in all a good experience. We actually met the children of a lady who owns a shop called Across the Pond, or like Beyond the Pond. I can't remember, but it's an American store. Like they only sell American products. And we met her kids like they're in one of our classes, which I thought was really cool. Okay, but enough about TEFL. I want to talk about Prague, because Prague was sweet. So we went to Prague yesterday, and that turned into another all friggin' day drinking extravaganza on my end. But I got to do some really cool things. We went into a bunch of cathedrals, like St. George's, and I think it was St. Paul's. I got a ton of pictures. I could probably link my Facebook. If for those of you who don't know me, for those of you who do know me, just go on my fucking Facebook. It's gonna be there. My apologies for swearing. I've been trying not to do that. No. So I got to go to Kafka's house. It was the coolest thing, except for the fact that now it's been like painted 100 times, and it's like a gift shop, and all they do is sell copies like the Metamorphosis, which actually I'll show you. I have one. It's not mine. A girl I was with bought it, but like see, it comes in like a little bag with Kafka on it, and there's a little explanation about how you bought it right in his home, and there's a Metamorphosis. I gotta give this back to her today. But that was one of the cooler parts of yesterday. The city is just sprawling. It's so sprawling. It's just vast and beautiful, and like there's just such great like sights. We went to an absinthe shop, which was really cool. The girls took me to a bubble bar. It's like they put fruit in my alcohol, little tiny fruits and big straws, and it was really good. I got to have like the quality like craft 40-ounce like black beer. I guess that's what like they're known for, is their black beers. My friend had told me about that, so I bought her one as well, and it was so funny because it was probably twice the size of her. So it was just fun. I had a lot of fun in Prague. It's a cityscape. It's just like sprawling like shops everywhere, and the giant cathedrals and the architecture, and we got to see like a bunch of like suits of armor, and like you can see like the murder holes. I think that's what you call them. At least that's what I call them, where the archers used to like rain down hell, and they got to see like how the city was built around keeping like on the hills, like on top of the hills, so like the peasants would have been at the bottom, and then like the kings and like the hierarchy would have been at the top, because it's like a better defensive line, and they could enclose everyone. It was all really, really beautiful and really sweet. I got a bunch of Czech change that I saved. I want to give to my son. I'm doing the same with the German coins. The German coins are all very, very cool. But yeah, I feel like I'm starting to wind down here, and I have a lot of homework to do. I wish these were more often and longer and a little more thought out. But I guess I committed to this not thinking about how much my life would change once I got here. So it's been good though. It's been really good. I actually skipped going to a castle today just so I could get my laundry done and eat my food. I want to clean my room here. Maybe clean up the kitchen a bit because we've had a lot of people over. So I'm gonna go do that. I miss all of you terribly. For those of you who are still just sticking this out and maybe years down the road watching this, like, I hope these go somewhere. Like, I hope these have like some series of events that equal some relevance to anyone anywhere. So thanks for sticking with them. It's been fun, and I'll keep you updated. I'm gonna try to get another one out in like the middle of the week and actually give some like good TEFL information this time rather than me just being like, I'm drinking in Germany. Bye. So watch me eat it.